Hi there, everybody. Welcome back to Corby Town. So, a little bit of a different video today. As you can notice, no camera. And that's because we're going to do an end of the season review, preview for next season, and just kind of walk through some statistics and stuff. I've just been kind of blowing through the leagues and everything for the last couple of videos. And what are we on? 33 videos? So I figured we'd take it now that we finished League 2, we're going into League 1, we're starting to get in the more difficult divisions. It's a good time to take a look at the team, where it was, where we've come to, and where we're going to go. So first of all, Corby Town FC review of the review. So, looks like our signing of the season, they say, was Pete. Really? Okay, Pete Pavi, who came in, played 15 matches for us, got 6 goals, 2 assists, and a great average rating. Caleb Stevenson came in, played 17 matches, 6 goals, 8 assists. Not bad. Luke Collins came in for $2 million. Played 43 games, got 13 goals and 11 assists. That's pretty good from your attacking midfielder. And Vendrado came in for 2.89K. 2 million, 1.7 million, 2.89K. Played 13 times, got 4 goals, 3 assists. Ander, he came in last year. I don't know why it's showing there. Mateo Bernard came in and actually went out on loan. We played 30 times on loan. Hugo Pierce came in, played 12 times, got 1 goal, which was a screamer, 4 assists. Ricky Boys came in, played for us a couple times. Antonio Pedro came in, played, and then went out on loan. Had a great loan spell with 7 goals, 3 assists. Ray Last just kind of came in as a rotational option. And then Igor and Juan Rodriguez both coming in and not showing, not doing anything. We didn't get him in. As for transfers out, obviously we know Envedrano left. We had Kyle Slater leave, Bowen leave, Zach Stewart leave, Crompton leave, Barnes leave, Podar leave, Ross Miller leave, David Adams leave, Connor Gold leave, and Gary Laird leave. And as for our loans, we kind of already saw them. Leviticus got 23 goals and 45 appearances for Wrexham. That's pretty good for him. Though I don't think we're going to be re-signing him, since he's pretty one-dimensional as a striker. Barnard, Will Benjamin had 39 appearances, Pinto 41, Asare got 31 and 2, and Eddie Isherwood got 39. Season results, League 2, we finished in first place by a comfortable margin. Average home attendance was 2,746%. Ba got 45 goals. We have an A-. We also got bought out this year, too, so we have new management. And, I guess we pulled an invincible season with only 2 draws compared to all of our wins. FA Cup. We made it to the quarterfinal. We beat Arsenal and then got trounced by Man United. Caballero Cup, Brighton Hove Albion beat us in that round. And the Papa John's Trophy, we went on and won, which was great. Moments to remember, our biggest win was against Colchester, it was 8-2. Our match to remember was against Harrogate of 6-0. And goal of the season was Barnes, who took a nice 25-yard effort from outside the box. We're still regional. We have no new sponsorships or most notable deals. Our sponsorship income did jump a decent amount, as did our broadcast revenue, as did our corporate and hospitality, competition prize money. Matchday income goes down a little bit. That's okay. Merchandise sold, and we sold almost 1,000 jerseys. Ba, Flack, Sakurai, Ferguson, and Watts. How we lined up, that's probably the best one, with Stevenson on the left, Bowen on the right, Collins to the middle with Ba, Flack, and Barnes, Ferguson, Montez, Jebby, and Jackson with Watts in the back there. The accolades. I got a lot of managers of the months. Club awards, Ba got fans player of the season. Jebby got young player of the season. Signing of the season was Pavi. Goal of the season was Barnes. Top goal scorer was Ba. Most assists was Ferguson. Most man of the matches was Ba. And highest average rating was Jebby. Record breakers, Bob broke a ton of records. Most goals in a league match by a single season overall. We got our highest transfer fee paid and received this year. And then competitions awards, Bob was the number one guy. Got the golden boot. It was a superb season. Wonderful to remember, and I am extremely happy. We've got our seasonal performance. We beat our XG by 34. We beat our expected points. We got our league position. We were aggressive and clinical and quiet and impenetrable. New board. Wow, okay. They want us to work within a payroll budget and get promoted. This is what the old board wanted. This is what the new board wants. Sure, I mean, that's not hard to do. We have Flack and Ferguson as our team leaders. Joe Jackson is our highly influential, and Watts, Montez, Ba, and Jebi as influential players. Good dressing room atmosphere. We've got our team report here. There's a good standard of balance. Closely, what did they say? There's not a lot of depth outside the first team. I would not agree with that. This group is blessed with crossing. That's fine. We don't cross. We usually cut in. Acceleration is not one of their strong attributes. We need free kick takers. Just a ton of other stuff. Excuse me. Not naturally fit. Injuries. That season break. NYFC. Yeah, right. We'd like to talk about the end of the season. Plans for next season. I think we're good enough to go up as champions. Exactly what it's short for. Return from vacation. There we go. Everybody's relatively happy. So let's look at the team. Let's look at the team overall. How we would line up. Let's take this. Pick without restriction. Let's see what our best 11 is. Okay. So here is the team overall, and let's kind of break it down by position. Actually, we don't even need to do this. We'll take up the team report. We'll pull up the depth chart. Striker. We're blessed at striker. We have a ton of players that can play there. We have Ba. We look at this. We've got Ba, Sakurai. Patterson can play there. We've got in the reserves Adam Todd, Martin Hassel, this guy Regan Gunn, who's an attacking midfielder. But I think when it comes to this, we're good. If you look at the appearances, we are good at striker. Once again, attacking midfielder, we have two really good attacking midfielders in Collins and Patterson. Chris Stewart can play there. Ray Lass can play there. Hugo Pierce can play there. You know, we've got a lot of players who can come up and play in that position. So I am perfectly fine with the attacking midfielder. Right and left midfielders is where I'm looking at. Now, we did a role change halfway through the year. Caleb Stevens, we can think about as being gone. So on the right, we have Antigua, who did really well. And once he kind of took over from Bowen. And then we've also got this Ron Rodriguez guy who looks like he could be something this year. But we tend to be a little bit weaker. Role suitability, potential ability. So we've got some things to look at here. And on the left-hand side, Ba you take out. Nerigoy, Ricky Boys, Ray Lass, Hugo Pierce. Left wing is a huge deal for us. We need to find somebody there. And I think I've gotten that covered when you look at some of the pre-transfers that are coming in. Midfield, I think we have a pretty good midfield. We've got Hewen, Luke Collins, who can drop back. Flack, Pons, who's center back, who can play up there. Ewan Peterson, Gonzalez, Boys, Hugo Pierce, Ray Last. Even our young youth prospect who is developing a ton in Key. Maybe we'll get to see him in a couple cup matches next year, trying to get him blooded into the team a little bit. But I think midfield we're fine at. Center back, as good as striker is, I think center back we are the most depth. And it just seems to happen to be something I do with the team is I love building depth in center back. Now we've got Gabby, Pete Povey, and Montez. All good. Now my assistant rates Povey better than Montez. When we do a comparison, which we will, I'll see why that's a little bit off. But Pons is good. He's good, but I don't know if we're going to keep him around, especially because now that we have Hessel, who's up on the team and in less money, 160 versus 250. Also with Mateo Bernard, who we can float in here. I think we are set at center back, and maybe letting a guy like Pons go, especially given his age, could be a good way to kind of free up some space. Right and left back. Right back, we have Joe Jackson. I don't think he's going to go anywhere. He signed a new contract. We have Envedrano. We also have Kieran Ferguson who can play there. Kieran can play there. Wendy Hessel can just play across the back. Jack Hurd, who's in the under 18s, who could be coming up here, and could take over for Envedrano if we were to think about moving him on. I mean, Envedrano's on 525 pounds a week. Hurd's on 150, though Hurd is wanted, and we have a couple other just youth players who could do that. But we do have 3 right backs, plus when you see the transfers, we might have somebody else coming in. Defenders on the left, Kieran Ferguson, who shows as a 2-star now, but I don't think he is. They say he's a championship talent, but now 21 years old, vice captain of the team. Just all in all, solid player, physically great, mentally good. Technicals, you'd like to see that crossing get up a little bit more. And marking and tackling, he's kind of never really developed there, but he's a solid player, a great team leader, and a good guy to have. Wendy Hessel's there. Then we've got kind of Gendry Markov, who's a little bit different, more technical than Kieran, a lot quicker, kind of like a difference. So it's definitely going to be interesting how we're going to use these 2 guys next year. I don't know if Kieran's going to take, they both made a decent amount of appearances. And when we compare the 2, we'll see. We also have Igor, who we brought in, who could see some action. Obviously developed really well. You see all those up arrows when we brought him in. Though he is much more an attacking wingback, obviously with the tackling and marking down there. But we are working on that. And it's just he's an exciting kind of prospect to see. And finally, goalkeeper. We have Frazier. If somebody wanted to come in and bid and take Frazier off our hands this summer, I would be okay with it. Watts, we're going to keep. He is wanted by a ton of clubs. But what we did, and I'll show you this now since we've kind of gone through all of them. What we've done with Watts is he has a $120 million release clause. They got to match the release clause. If they match that release clause, I think we can go out and find a replacement. Same with Malam. He's happy to be here. He's completed a decent amount of time. He likes us. He's a Corby Town supporter. But if you look at his contract, £100 million release fee. So just trying to get that snuck in there. Caleb Stevens, I liked him as a player. He was good when he came in, much better than Radu. The fact that he had 8 assists and 5 goals versus when Radu was here. I'd like to bring him back. I don't know if they would be interested in having him come back. They'd want him to play as a striker. I don't want to play him as a striker. Now they're asking for money. Cancel offer. So Leicester may not want to let us have him back. We'll have to negotiate over the summer to see how that goes. But all in all, I think the team did really well. If we can find statistics now. Stats. There's got to be a better... Okay. Yep. Okay. There's a better way to view all this. Analyst report, facts, comparison, all positions, goalkeepers, defense. So team. We look at goals, where the goals came from. Ba was our most prolific goal scorer at 66. And he scored 7 out of 8 penalties, which is good. which is great for us. He's good. Leviticus, we could ignore. Futoshi, 18 goals for him is good turnaround, considering that Futoshi only, let's do this. Let's just go off attackers. Yeah, here we go. So Futoshi didn't, and then can we add? It's your column stats, crosses, stats, general. Oh yeah, general appearances. That's what I want. So if you look here, appearance-wise, Futoshi played off the bench for us the majority of the time. Got 18 goals with 8 stars, 26 appearances. 53 appearances for Ba with 66. That's good return. Ewan Patterson got 8. He's showing up here because he can play striker. And Ricky Boys got 1. So Boys is wanted. I would be willing to let him go if I can get any. I mean, he came in on a free, so it wouldn't be too fussed to see him ride off into the night. But for them, good business. As for our attacking midfielders, once again, we can ignore Ba. Collins got 13 goals from center mid, which he took over kind of halfway through the year. And then Antigua got 11, which was good. And then Caleb Stevens kind of shared that position with Ander. Left wing may be something we want to work on. And then we're not really going to look at too much else there. As for, we got shots on target, penalties, general play, discipline, goalkeeper. Just a lot of information to dissect. But I think as a team, and as a team going forward, here we go. We were very efficient at scoring. In the box is where we did most of our work. So you see, we're not crossing. A lot of our assists kind of get cut in. And position-wise, shows you where a lot of our goals came from. We get 20, or is this? Yeah, shows you where a lot of our shots came from. Conceding. We didn't concede that many goals this year, which I'm happy about. In formations, we only really played the one from previous analysis. I like this team. I think we're good. I think there's not much we have to do here. Okay, we want all positions. There we go. There's not much we need to do here to make this team better. Now, if a great deal comes by, yes. Is there things that I definitely want to do? Absolutely. But as an all-in-all team, we're solid. Looking at transfers, looking at people who we can bring in. Obviously, there's the denied one. Let's take a look at who will be coming in this summer. And there's a little bit of business I've done. We have Fernando Jamie, who's a right back from Mexico that I paid $500,000 for. He won't be coming in for another 2 years. But he looks like he's pretty good, 5'11", already decent stats. He plays at Club America. Club America has excellent training facilities, so he could definitely do that, and he's high determination and decent pace. I think he could be a nice little addition. A couple years, turns 18. Joe Jackson's 23. We don't know who our backup situation is going to be like, or what our right back situation is going to be. It'll be something good to have, and I don't think he's on a lot of money. Somebody who is coming in this year is the Slovenian left back from Rochdale, Niedermeyer Sevier, who is very much kind of in the Kieran Ferguson mold. Mentally strong. He's not the quickest or the acceleration, but once again, he's 16. He looks like he could have okay crossing and dribbling. First touch, his heading is 16. He's got a work rate of 16. He's got determination of 13. Tackling and technique is there. I think he can develop into a nice left back. Plenty of time to develop. Also, English is a secondary nationality for him, so we don't have to worry about that. This guy could be the left back in a couple years, be kind of that third, fourth choice left back. Also joining this season, this summer, is going to be Lucas Vieira, and we can look at Lucas as somebody who we kind of took a punt on. He looks like he could be fairly determined, could be interesting. Once again, we have a way of taking defensive midfielders and bringing them into our team and trying to make them offensive midfielders. I think if we were to look at him as a advanced playmaker, what we're thinking of support, either an advanced playmaker or a deep line playmaker on support. Yeah, maybe more of the deep line playmaker. He's got the technique, work rate, vision, teamwork. Passing needs to develop, but he's got the balance, composure, decisions. He's 18. He's coming in on a free, so we can't, whatever we can get off of him. Nguya, I don't really know what to expect. He's still 2 years away. He's a temperamental midfielder with some upside. He's got, some interesting stats about him. I'll have to see how he develops before we can really make a judgment call on him. And then Bancroft here, coming in from Leyton Orient, is a striker, but he's right-footed. And I immediately thought, this guy could be an inside forward. If we look at the roles, we look at inside forward on support. He's got the first touch. Finishing and dribbling need work. Long shots he has. Passing could use a little work. Technique, okay. Flair's a little low off the ball. Vision, composure, anticipation could be good. Work rate of 11. Teamwork, we don't know. He's not the quickest, but he's 16. And here's the biggest thing, 20 determination. The guy is a mental beast. So I think getting him 5'10", throwing him on the left-hand side, training him to be an inside forward, he could be what we're looking for. And bringing him in for like 400 or 43K, and also the same with Rochdale, I think that's great business because we still have almost £5 million worth of stuff to do, not to mention all these sell-on clauses. So that's kind of where my head's at. There's not much. We're improving our youth facilities. We have a good balance. I don't want to do too much with the finances. Obviously, we've got that going on. I don't want to do too much with the finances because if I blow through the transfer budget, that's going to blow through our original budget too. I don't know what I'm thinking of, what we're going to do development-wise for the club. Maybe ask for just better scouting budget. And then the other thing I'm looking at too, just, the squad's good. The squad's solid. I don't know what else we really need to do. I want to wait and see what the reputation jump is, if there is a reputation jump. If anything will come out because of that. Because if there's a reputation jump, then maybe we can see about doing something else. But I've got a long off season ahead of me. And I will see you guys. We'll probably discuss what transfers and deals I've made, and we'll come back for the first game of the next season in League One. So if you've enjoyed everything, like, subscribe, do all that other fun stuff. And until then, I've been James. You've been you. This has been Corby Town, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video. Have a good one. Bye-bye.